Okay, so when you open up Photoshop, it's gonna look like this, kind of similar to Illustrator when you first opened it up. But when you first open it up brand new, you're not gonna have any of this information. This is because I have opened files already, we've already done some work. That's what all of this is. So once you start doing things, then your work is gonna start populating here, and it makes it a little bit easier to be able to locate it and open it up. Now, it's not necessary that it shows up here to open it. You can always go to Open to find your files, or you can go to File, Open, okay? All right, so to set up a new document, we're gonna start from a fresh blank scratch. So we're gonna go to New File. We're gonna name this our first initial, last name, underscore, veggie head. And we're gonna size this 8, actually let's size it 11 by 8.5. And you wanna make sure that this is set to inches before you type it in, okay? So I believe the default is pixels. We're gonna work in inches just to make it easier. So you wanna set it to inches first, and then you can type in 11, 8.5, okay? Anytime we print something, you want your resolution to be 300. So just make sure your resolution is set to 300. If we were not gonna print it and just set it for screen for the computer, this would be 72, okay? We're gonna pretend like we're gonna print it. I might not, sometimes I do. So I always have you guys set it to 300. Your color mode is gonna be RGB, so red, green, blue. And this is the color space that we use to view images on the internet. If we were to print it, we would change it to CMYK color. And that is the color space that our printers use, okay? We're gonna leave our background content set to white, and we're gonna hit create. Okay, so this is the Photoshop interface. This is our artboard. This is where we create all of our work, or a canvas, we should call it. Over here, I have my toolbar, and when you first open it up, of course, mine is gonna look a little bit different. Let me reset my workspace really quickly so it looks very similar to hopefully what you have opened. Okay, so when you first open it up, over here we have our toolbar. This is where all of our important tools are. Up here, you should have your option bar, okay? If you don't see your option bar, or you don't see your toolbar, or you don't see any of the panels over here, you can always come up to Window, and the things that we want to always have open are our tools, our options, our properties, and our layers. Everything else we don't really need to necessarily worry about right now. And you can always find them here. So if I have a panel open and you don't have it open and you're looking for it, this is where you can find it, okay? So I always like to have my layers, I always like to have my properties, and I always like to have my options and my toolbar. Everything else depends on what we're working on, okay? Now with these panels, just like in Illustrator, if you click and drag them around, you can move them, you can place them in different areas of your workspace. I like to have them kind of floating. Oops, those are grouped together, so it grabbed the whole group. I'm gonna put them back together. I like to have them floating. It gives me more canvas space. It's just easier on my eyes. It's completely up to you how you want this to be set up, okay? You can drag the tabs around. I can click between different tabs. I can close out tabs, so if I go, oops, if I click on this little, I don't need the channels open, so I'm gonna click on the hamburger, we call it, and hit close. And then I can do that with all of the things that I don't necessarily need open. And this is just for me. If you wanna close things, I'm not sure, I don't remember quite what the default is when everything opens, but we just need our properties and our layers, okay? And then here, there's some little flyouts. These are just kind of hanging out extra panels. You click on them, click on the arrow, it collapses that stack. I like to keep my toolbar over here stacked like this. That way I can have my tools nice and tidy right here. All right, so this is what your workspace should look like. You can save this workspace so you can always come back in, and sometimes it likes to change on you, but we can save this. So to save it, we can go to Window, Workspace, and we can go to New Workspace, And we can give it a name. So you can name it your first name if you wanted to, and then you can check all these panels will be saved in this workspace. You can check these to make sure nothing moves, and then hit save. And now when I come back in next time, if my workspace looks different, all I have to do is go to Window, Workspace, and then click on my name, and it should pop up. Okay. You can also find that over here under this little arrow. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video, and that's what that is gonna talk about.